Okay, guys, I'm coming to you right now with some breaking news that I just stumbled onto. And I shouldn't say stumbled onto. I really believe that God has been guiding me through all this. I just did a series on Elon Musk. I posted probably 10 videos last week. I really want you guys to learn that I want to sift everything biblically. I don't want to get political. But the Bible talks about giving us eyes to see and ears to hear what the Spirit is saying to the church in the last days. Let me read this to you to start off. As the second Trump administration nears the end of its first 3 weeks, leading the federal government, Elon Musk's advisory commission, the Department of Government Efficiency, I pronounce it Doge, it's spelled Doge. It's Elon Musk's advisory commission. Did you even know Elon Musk had an advisory commission? Probably not in the government. The Department of Government Efficiency, its code name is DOGE, capital letters, has deployed teams with multiple agencies to use technology to cut costs and streamline processes. I mean, this may sound good to some people, but to me, man, my prophetic insight latches onto this. We're headed to a cashless society. Listen, moving at breakneck speed, it reminds me of warp speed, which a lot of people don't want to address what really warp speed was about and the impact that warp speed had on our world. Everybody wants to shove that in a closet. It says moving at breakneck speed now as President Donald Trump shakes up the executive branch. Elon Musk's engineers and advisors have accessed information technology, meaning IT, systems in several federal government agencies or departments already. Anonymously sourced reports, not yet independently verified by the Epoch Times, allege Doge is probing several other agencies. You got to hear who these agencies are. And groups are filing lawsuits to bar Musk's advisors from accessing those departments' computer systems. Let me pause right there. This is an article that came out of the Epoch Times revealing what's going on behind the scenes. Please let me tell you, if you are not actively pursuing this and you're sitting at home with your bag of potato chips or your cheese curls and your diet pop watching Fox and all the other alphabet soup, the Fox, the ABC, CBS, NBC, CNBC, MSNBC, you're not getting any news. You're just getting what they want to spoon feed you regarding the big one world order, the one world agenda, and everywhere this thing is going. Please do not make this personal. Do not get yourself locked on an individual and sell your soul out to the devil because you're a part of a political party. I don't care who it is. I have been preaching and teaching these things for 30 some years. I've been studying eschatology for 40 some years. And I know where the Bible says we're headed. I believe right now we're in Revelation chapters 12 and 13. But let me just share a couple points and I'm going to come back to Doge's information. The warnings that Jesus gave us when we got into this period we're now in. I believe it's from 2017 when Trump first came down the escalator. Sure, his first term was wonderful. I will never deny that. We said he would be president. I went on record saying he would not get back-to-back 2 terms, and I did believe that he would win this election. I believe all that is prophetic, and I'm on record saying all that. But we must open our eyes regarding where this is headed. I am not a big Elon Musk fan. I'm questioning some of the things that are happening, and I want to educate you so you see what I see, and you can make your own educated decisions. Number 1, be not deceived. Don't make it personal or political. Number 2, we must use our Bible as our base for information, not selling your soul to a political system. I am not Democratic. I am not Republican. I belong to the kingdom of God, and I serve in a kingdom who has a king, and his name is Jesus. I'm not representing any person on the earth. I'm a voice that God has called. It's given a worldwide platform to be able to tell people where we're headed and what's getting ready to happen, just as I did with the COVID-19 when they tried to kill me. Okay, know the prophetic word, not the prosperity word. You are going to have to choose. I'm talking right now for the next 4 years to the next 7, 8 years, if we're even here that long. You will have to choose between prosperity and prophecy. We're in a prophetic window now. You must choose between prosperity and just trying to make money and look at everything economically, or you need to look at things prophetically and know that prophecy is our guide now, according to the Bible, according to Revelation 13, where it says that we're being ushered into a cashless society. This is where this is headed. We're talking about the cryptocurrency. We're talking about a total Bitcoin cashless society. Listen, you do not have to sell your soul. You can remain biblically balanced to guide through this and use the Bible as your filter. These are all words that I believe God is telling me you're going to need to be able to survive through this period. Do not let it get personal. Judge the tree by the fruit it bears. I don't want to come out and have to defend Joe Biden, or I don't want to defend Donald Trump, or I don't want to defend Putin. I don't want to defend anybody. I want to be able to tell you where I believe we are prophetically and let you make your decision. Don't be looking at things just as far as prosperity and your money, because I think we're going cashless. Watch what happens. There'll be the mark of the beast will be implemented. It's just a matter of time. And this is moving at warp speed, just like they said. These executive orders are flying by every day. I can't even keep up with them. The abomination of desolation is the big question. Everybody's calling me and asking me in emails from all over the world and text, who is the Antichrist? Who's it going to be? What do you think? I'm holding my guns on that until the abomination of desolation sets himself in the temple. Well, now, hey, I'll just give you these 6 points. Watch this. First of all, I'm going to say it's just been released, this whole thing about Gaza. About Gaza. All of a sudden, Trump comes out and says that we're going to take over Gaza. We're going to mow that thing down and make it a great resort. Well, what happened to the one-state solution? If everything's going to go to the United States, do you think for 1 second that that's the first time that that was discussed between Donald Trump and Benjamin? Do you really think that was the first meeting discussed where this is discussed? No. When Donald Trump stepped out of the first term, is the exact same time that Benjamin Netanyahu went, how many times where he was not voted in? They were both taken out at the exact same time. Think about that. Both of those men were removed from their power positions publicly. I don't think they were really removed to begin with. I believe they were still working together. And for that about a 3.5 year period, a 3-year window, you didn't hear nothing from Donald Trump and you didn't hear nothing from Benjamin. Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out of nowhere and runs for this next term. And all of a sudden, Benjamin comes out and runs for the next term. And they both come in and win by a landslide, both of them. And they pick up right where they left off. It just something seems strange to me on this whole thing. I could smell a rat usually. Well, okay, they're going to come in and they're going to mow down the Gaza Strip. Well, what happened to the one-state solution? That there wouldn't be a 2-state solution, and that's why all these things were taking place. Why now all of a sudden the United States is going to come in and mow it over, take it over, and all of a sudden it's going to be great, and they're standing on a stage together like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. They talked about it previously. The Abraham Accords. Everybody, since I've been studying eschatology for, like I said, 40 years, as long as I remember, they would teach Daniel 9:27. Whoever signs the covenant, you know who he is. Everybody would say, whoever signs the Abrahamic covenant. Well, the Abraham Accords was signed. Now, there was several different people at those meetings, and you could point the arrow wherever you want to point it. Like I said, I'm not getting political. I am saying that the Abraham Accords were signed. That's the fruit on the tree that you got to deal with. You got to think of, okay, who was in that? Who were the nations involved in that? I know who I've been on record telling you who the 7 heads are and the 10 horns. I believe they're the G7 and the Democratic 10. That's who it is. I believe we're in a prophetic window of 2017 to 2028. I believe one of the heads of those nations is the eagle. So we got to watch whoever the head is of the head nation that represents the eagle, which is the United States. I'm just saying. I already talked about the warp speed in the COV-19. Now just look how fast things are going in 3 weeks. We know in my previous lessons what Elon Musk represents. He named his son X. The numerical number for X is 6. So he names his son X, which is a 6. We know he's involved in Stargate, X. That's another number 6. We know that Twitter was changed over to what? X. We just know these things are happening. The number 666 is all over this guy. Go back and watch my videos. I'm just saying, it's just there. So, and then today Trump approves the Doge project. I believe we're in Revelation 13. Let me get back to reading you the article. I hope you're still with me. So, Doge's action, which Musk says are aimed at reducing government spending and waste, have spurred a backlash from some Democratic lawmakers who describe it as a breach of congressional oversight by an unelected special government employee panel. Representative Dan Goldman out of New York cited cybersecurity concern if Doge is connected to federal databases with their own unvented commercial servers. They are taking over. They are like warp speed. They're just directed and taking over the IT programs and such. This week, during a House Oversight Committee, Reducing Waste in Government, James Comer, Republican of KY, defended Musk's unprecedented role in the executive branch, saying real innovation isn't clean and tidy. President Donald Trump defended Doge's access to all federal data systems on Friday, adding that the Pentagon and the Department of Education will be next. The Pentagon is going to be given over to Elon Musk. As far as the systems go, and that's what runs everything. That's the database. That's what controls everything. We're going to be looking at tremendous amounts of money. Here's the prosperity word that God gave me. You're going to have to decide, as far as everything looks prosperity. Oh, we're going to make this look good. Oh, that is going to look good. This is going to look good. What did the serpent tell Adam and Eve? Oh, look at the tree. It's good for this. Look at the tree. It's good for that. Look at this. You're to be looking at the Bible. You are going to have to choose, like I said, God told me. But you're going to have to choose between prosperity and prophecy. So we're going to be looking at tremendous amounts of money being spent on things that bear no relationship to anything and have no value, Trump said. I'm very proud of the job that this group of young people are doing. You don't even know who they are. I guarantee you, if you're watching me right now, you have no idea that this has been taking place. You have no idea. You would think this would be the news on front page on every single news reporting agency in the world. They're doing it at my insistence, Trump said. It would be a lot easier not to do it, but we have to take some of these things apart to find where the corruption is. Well, I'm telling you, if this is where it's going and it really turns out to be great, then it's great. But if you just turn a blind eye to every single thing that is going at warp speed, 100 miles an hour, executive orders, you don't even know who the people are or what they're doing, taking over the IT systems and the computer systems, and they're replacing these with artificial intelligence, you're absolutely clueless regarding what's happening. So far, the Doge team has accessed IT systems and agencies, including, listen, the Treasury Department, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, the Department of Energy, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, while a coalition of labor unions has sued to block access to the U.S. Department of Labor. Additionally, students in California are suing the Department of Education, alleging that Doge staffers are accessing all their confidential student data. We're talking about Stargate X. We're talking about data. We're talking about developing a database around the world where they're going to drain your blood and demand you to take a blood test and tell you you're going to have cancer, you're going to have some incurable disease in 5 to 10 years. So you have to take another alphabet jab that's like an mRNA alphabet. Okay, that's where that's headed. The Epoch Times could not independently confirm the other agencies, including the U.S. Office of Personnel Management and the U.S. Agency for International Development, where Doge may have also received access to all internal systems and databases. This group could be taking over all the governmental agencies' databases. For what? They'll tell you what the plan is. Department of Treasury. The Treasury Department confirmed in a February 4 letter to Congress that Doge staff had been given read-only access to the agency's nearly $6 trillion federal payment system. On February 5th, the Justice Department wrote in the court filing that it would, for now, try to restrict Doge's access to Treasury Department payments. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Doge was also granted access to systems and technology at CMS, the agency said on February 5th. CMS will be directed in collaboration with Doge, while 2 other senior agency staffers will direct the effort. This goes on and on and on and on regarding what they're doing, taking over these government agencies, while some people try to slow it down and figure out what the heck is really going on. What I am saying is this. I am called by God to give the best direction that I possibly can. And when you start bringing up the number that the Bible talks about in Revelation 13, listen to how this ends. Revelation 13 ends like this. He says, he was granted power to give breath into the image of the beast. The image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. So don't worship any image. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on the right hand of their forehead. Why do you think I'm concerned about these chips being placed in people's right hands or their foreheads? And that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark, so you won't be able to buy or sell. That means there will be a system, and this is the first time in the history of mankind where we are talking about a system replacing cash around the world. This is a world distribution system. And that no one may buy or sell except he who has the mark, there will be a mark, or the name of the beast. So is that AI? Is that a name? Is 666 a name or a number? Is the X? Is that how we're to calculate this? I mean, it says to calculate it. Listen, who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. This is wisdom right here. Listen, let him who has understanding, let those that have understanding at least be willing to consider and watch what's happening, and then judge the tree by the fruit it bears. Let him who understands calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. X is the numerical value. 6 is the numerical value for the letter X. I'm wrapping this up. I hope I kept your attention that long. Please subscribe to my channel. Go to my Facebook channel. Check us out on crossingpaths.org. I love every single one of you guys. Please subscribe and share. I love you. I'll see you next time. in Jesus' name. Keep seeking the truth, because it's only the truth that you know that'll set you free. Love you.